that's cutting off the face. Is it playing a little bit lower?
Not yet.
Down the back swing.
Down the line. Takeaway is a little bit steep. It's going a little bit above the line. And then bounce. It's better because there's more gap between the hands and the back of the head there. This is a shallower angle. It matches more of this yellow line. And if you did end up in that position consistently and you were able to drop down on that yellow line, then I'm okay.
But
that's a lot better. That's a lot better. The blue is much straighter. That's going much more down the target line. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah. 102.5.
Chris Brook swing. So, because this club is really giving me a lot of issues. So, and if you can't play with this club, you can't play golf. So,
Yeah.
So, do you think I'm too steep on the takeaway?
On the takeaway, you're a little bit steep.
So that's badly cutting that one. Really
That was mainly though because of the contact off the heel. It's better. It's deeper. So what we're looking at trying to do there is we need that shaft and the hands to be under that red line coming down. The fact that you're coming down the line is okay.
There's the height.
Is that the shot that you've been getting?
Yeah, that's my old hated shot. That just hate that shot.
Yeah. So the attack angle, which is minus 2.4,
My down,
downward strike,
and that causes the side spin.
and also potentially the increase in backspin.
Yeah, and then you just
5,400. And we're only looking at around about 2,000 maximum. That's what we need, 5,400. So because it's a steep blow on the ball. But that's all down to this transition here. So if you go to the top of the backswing.
Because I do feel that I'm hitting down on it. I don't feel that I'm hitting up on it.
Fine. So you've got that.
Maybe if I lie back a little bit or not. No.
It's all to do with that plane. So if you just take it up. Okay. So now when you come down, you need to make sure that the hands and the club, if we can put the club there, it's going to be an in-to-out path.
Better.
Yeah, the attack angle was minus 0.9, so it was quite a lot less. So you can kind of see what I mean. But the more you're off that red line here, the bigger the drop you have to make to get back down onto that green.
Because it definitely feels like, as you say, I'm hitting really down on it.
Yeah.
And that causes the right-hand spin.
That's right.
See, that will lose everything. It will lose
Sure.
all its distance. It will lose everything.
Yeah. So
It's too far up.
now from there,
And
you've got to get down to that point.
so far above that line.
So if we rewind
Mm.
your hand there, so where your hands are now, which is kind of
Yeah.
there, you can see his club head is on the red line. Yours is nearly to it, but then continuing on from there. See how that's the difference there. See where his club is. See, it's down by his sort of calf or thigh. So that's the. So it would get easier, wouldn't it, if you're at the top of the backswing there. It's less of a big drop to get down into this one. And this is primarily why, if you're hitting your irons well at the moment, well, that's why, because this is an iron swing. But the driver's swing has to be much shallower, so you must treat the driver and the iron as very separate.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's everyone says they're the same thing, but I can't
it's not.
agree with
It's
that.
not. It can't.
It's not possible.
The launch angle's different.
So should I just try and swing a bit flatter then?
Yeah, just go up to the top. Just try and get on that red line. That's it. There. Good. Deeper. That's it. Bit deeper. That's it. Bit deeper. That's it. Better. Okay, much better. So club path minus 2.4, so a lot better. Well, that's a better pickup. The club's now tracking the red line. Get closer to it there. Oh, that's a better movement. You see how it's dropping much closer down to that. That's it. Brilliant. That's the closest one.
Then the spin should be a lot less.
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
Still a little down on it.
3,600, so 2,000 off, which is better.
See, smash factor's gone up as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been able to get a smash factor of 142 before.
No, and that's hard because a guy like you produces a lot of club head speed. You need to hit it right out the middle to get that 1.5 smash. So that's difficult. But 281 carry, 298 total. We're not going to cry at that, are we?
Yeah. I just don't feel that I'm lagging it at all. If you watch
Right.
Stephen, he just waits for it and then he just goes,
Yeah,
boing.
yeah. That's why it looks so gentle. Yeah, it needs to go deeper.
See, I don't think it's low enough to start off.
It's
with.
not. It's not.
Because I'm there.
Yeah, that's right. So then just work it back a little bit further.
See, now it hooks because I'm hitting it low like that. See, I've got a positive attack angle.
Yeah. 2.8.
Look at on the up.
Path, look at the path, 0.7. Face, 0.5. There we go. Now, look at the difference with that club head. Huge. Such a visual change. Very subtle, but just where that club head goes there. So it gets very low, nice and early on. Which is why you can't do that with the iron, because you'll fat it, won't you? So it is an entirely different swing thought.
Because look at that, I haven't had a train, and that's because this. I think this is set up for a draw.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
Look, you can see there on that one.
Yeah, the ball flight on that. Yeah, so it's definitely got the spin to it. Superb. Getting better. Keep that flexibility going though. Keep stretching like you're doing.
See that I'll take. If I could hit 14 of those, I'll take that.
Look at the path. 1.4 out to the right.
Yeah. Can still swing flatter than that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to hook if I do swing flatter, because I think it is set up for a hook this club.
Yeah. Good path. Very good path. Yeah, much better. Well done. Well done.
Leg's a bit iffy, but
Oh, we can.
the leg has been misbehaving a bit. I'll take that. That's a good hit. That's a really nice shot. That one. It's not hit hard or anything like that. It's just hit well.
Yeah, you see now it's all coming back to that red line. When you compare that to kind of what you were doing in the beginning.
They'd have to hit a little bit harder. Still set a bit too high for my liking, but almost back to Chris Brook speed. See, that's a lot better, isn't it?
It is, it is.
Still can go flatter though.
It's good.
I think I've been swinging too high up.
You weren't, like, if you look back on your last one, you weren't doing that.
That's the cleverest done
I like that little rest at the top though, I like that. I do. There. Because you got much deeper.
But that,
Much
I could
bigger.
never get in that position.
Yeah. Just didn't quite make it back down though, but I did like what you did at the top.
Well, that's why I had to flick it at the end.
Yeah.
That's why I had to do a bit of a flickaroo at the end of the path there. Almost got through there. I just turned through that would have been a good shot.
Yeah.
Just needs to come down a little
It
bit.
does,
more.
doesn't it?
But it's not, I'm not,
It's only 1.3 though. 1.3.
it's not so down.
It's not.
used to say in the old days you had to hit the driver on the up.
Yeah, absolutely
Because
right.
There's a Chris Brook drive. That's a big one.
Nice shape, wasn't it?
That's big. That's big as well.
Tack angle naught. That's good. Now, just it drop back.
I still think it can drop more than that.
It must. Yeah, you're right. There's more to give it yet.
So that minus path, what is that?
That means that's telling us that as you're coming down, you're forward of that red line. On the screen there. So when we watch the club head, the path of the club head when it comes down, see it's just going a bit left.
Yeah.
The path creates the curve on the ball, depending on what it is relative to the red. So the face is 0.9 open to the path, so you'll have a fade spin.
See, if I could hit a few of those, I'll take those. Because that thing's going to go.
That's better. That was 0.9 you see there.
See how
You
much
see the
fatter
difference?
it is?
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, look at the difference on that takeaway now.
That's much better.
Yeah, it is. It was getting quite steep, wasn't it?
It was very steep. I think because of, you see, it's so much closer to the line now, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? And it's lower as well. Your hands relative to the top of the head there, you're much lower. That's lovely. That's a big wind up. Then you
A
see
lot more flexible than what I was.
Yeah, yeah, very much.
You see, that's better.
See now the club head's already on it, so it's going to get down to that red one, green one. Yeah, there, even below it. That's better. That's better. Just doing a bit more right.
But then it is,
this one.
yeah. Oh, for those guys.
Oh, you're drawing it now. You're a drawer.
Happy hooker.
God, we've got draw spin, Andrew.
You wouldn't have thought that, huh? Okay, well,
Perfect. Perfect. So
see, look at that. I've adjusted off your line a little bit.
if we could get that with your feet aiming straight with the mat. Now watch this. This is going to drop down beautifully now. You watch this. So you had to be swinging out to the right in order to create a path which would be lovely for...
But would this be the same on a 3-wood, do you think?
Off the fairway or off the tee?
Off the tee.
Off the tee, yes. Off the fairway, no. You've got to go back more towards the iron orientation. You've got to squeeze it a little bit more with that one.
Okay. That's nice.
That's
I like that.
beautiful.
If it gets there, we'll only roll up to them anyway.
Well,
Eh?
probably.
You
Your
think
shots
I'm
are
flying
going
fast?
beyond it. Oh God, yeah. You're going up to the green today.
Is it?
Yes, 280.
I'm not looking, so...
If you go for the 150.
Okay. I don't want to kill anyone today.
Not today.
Oh, that's a nice hit. I felt that I lagged that one a little bit.
It's a monster. Woo. That's lovely. Look at that.
There's a bit more lag
We
in
can
it.
get that swing with a setup that's going with the mat. We can do it when you're turned this way, and it makes sense, doesn't it? Because if we're trying to get the club to go deep, it's going to be easier as we stand that way. So we need that same action with our feet kind of lined up. But this might be quite a good way to train that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But I would have normally swung up there, and now I'm coming up this way.
A bit more, yeah.
Because that's causing the cut. Definitely.
Yes.
Lost concentration, but that's a good duff.
Path was good.
If you take that duff.
Tack angle is up. See, look at the difference on the takeaway there. It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely at the top, much closer to that line. There we go.
And then duffs it.
Yeah, a good duff.
Or I get angry when I hit a duff.
Really?
I had angry kid. I don't know. I didn't snap that 3-wood on par 5 going for 2. Duff the 3-wood, hit the next one on the green after because the other one was gone. Just
Really?
the mud was there. Yeah. But when you hit a good shot and then you waste it with another bad shot.
Yeah.
Too late on it. Take
You see the ball flight there?
Yeah, it was nice.
Terrific.
It's better that, isn't it?
Lovely. I like the way the hips really kick now. Kick into it.
It's a bit harder that one.
Good path.
It's better there.
Yeah. Yeah, see it's getting down to that green line. Clubface just shut down a little bit on that one, but that's
But we haven't had a blue path up there.
yeah.